Buongiorno a tutti, siamo qui nella nostra sede con un ospite speciale. Oggi è un giorno particolare perché ieri c'è stato un evento sui mercati veramente, diciamo, particolare, ovvero ieri è stata la giornata del 9 aprile dove il presidente degli Stati Uniti, Donald Trump, ha avuto un comportamento un po' particolare, sostanzialmente pubblicando un tweet che diceva sapete che adesso sarebbe un ottimo momento per comprare, in modo molto generico e molto sibillino, e 3 ore dopo ha annunciato la sospensione di 90 giorni dei famosi dazi, l'argomento che sta tenendo banco sui giornali e sui media finanziari in questi ultimi giorni. Quindi una mossa molto particolare e che vogliamo commentare con un personaggio straordinario. La persona che si siede qui davanti a me è un giornalista americano, è un personaggio che ha fatto tanto anche nel network dei nostri amici di Chicago, Tasty Trade, e con cui ho il piacere di fare una chiacchierata e sentire un po' che cosa ne pensa di quello che è successo ieri. Vi presento Dylan Ratigan.
Nice to see you.
Welcome Dylan.
Piacere.
Welcome to Milan.
Grazie.
We know you love Italy overall.
Sì.
And so, since you're here, we really wanted to use this opportunity to discuss a few minutes with you what happened yesterday, because it's something a little special. And
Well, I think it's very troubling for everybody. And forgive me my English. Next time I promise it'll be Italian, so we need AI or something.
That's fine.
But it's one of the more disturbing things that has ever happened. We've never seen, normally financial markets function because of expectations for economic growth, expectations for employment, expectations for innovation, for trade, for economic activity driven by new ideas, new products, new cars, new anything, something that's a creative force from people. And for the first time in the history of the world, we're watching the Republican Party in America and the President of the United States take control of the entire financial markets with a global trade war that is not even serious. If the issue is not just the trade war, there are issues with global trade, not just in America, everywhere, with China, with Italy, with France, with Japan. It's a very legitimate discussion to talk about trade. But to talk about global trade is a very serious discussion that should be done in a very deliberate, precise, and specific and slow manner. The issue is not the desire for the American government to discuss trade. It's a valid topic.
Absolutely.
The issue is the way it's being discussed is not serious. It is catastrophic and idiotic at the same time. And the biggest issue is it's reducing the credibility of the American government, which will be the hardest thing to recover.
That's the main topic, probably. You use the word credibility, and that's probably the main issue. Also because yesterday, you know what happened? The president tweeted or posted somewhere, it's a great time to buy, and 3 hours after he announces this. Some people use the word market manipulation. What do you think about that?
I mean, yes.
In a word.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not what do you think about that.
I mean, is there any way to see it differently than a market manipulation of that?
No.
I mean, give me a different point of view.
In order to understand the American president, you have to look at him through the lens of a 12-year-old boy who's desperate for attention.
Ooh.
And a 12-year-old boy who's desperate for attention, who now has control of the largest economy in the world and the largest military in the world, which is the most concerning thing. And so the real issue is so of course it's market manipulation, but it's not because he wants to manipulate the market. And of course trade is an important issue, but it's not that he really cares about trade. It's that he wants to take actions every day that make him the center of attention for the world every day. And so because he has the power that he has, every day he wakes up and he's like, I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to force everybody in America and everybody in Europe and everybody in Asia to pay attention to me, because I'm about to do this terrible thing. Oh, I'm not going to do this terrible thing, but I might do this terrible thing. But I don't really want to do this terrible thing. And so people focus on what are his actions and what are his words, but his actions and his words are meaningless. They're literally meaningless. He takes the impulsive and he makes the impulsive action and the impulsive word that is the most stimulating for him personally in that moment to acquire attention.
I understand.
Which is why I say it's not a serious, it's the most unserious that a government could be.
I understand your point of view. I would summarize it kindly with a lack of strategy. Label, at least, just to be fair.
It's not strategic. It is impulsive and chaotic.
Yeah, impulsive and chaotic. Okay.
And so the question is, in an impulsive and chaotic world, what can we rely upon?
Yeah.
We know that when you have an impulsive and chaotic world, you're going to have a slowdown in economic activity. Full stop.
Yeah. And
maybe a little, maybe a lot.
Worst
right? It's going to happen. Yeah. It is happening. But maybe a little, maybe a lot. One. We know we're going to see, I think there's an opportunity for a big boom in Europe.
Okay.
Because you're going to have huge spending out of Germany and the rest of the European nations on the defense side over the next 10 years. And you're going to have the strongest incentives ever for the petty rivalries between France and Germany, Italy and France, France and England, to put those petty rivalries aside because there's a stronger incentive. I think part of the reason you saw the coalition government in Germany form was because they said, listen, we can't be dealing with this kind of an America and not have a clear German government.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
Yeah.
If the Italians and the French want to fight about whose milk goes in the cheese,
let them do it. But
figure it out. Right? That we can't indulge, that this is a good incentive to drive internal trade in the Eurozone and to drive trade between Europe and Asia and the Middle East. Those three. So I think that will
Those
go.
3 blocks.
And I do think it's good that the euro as a currency will probably get stronger, not weaker, over the next, certainly over the course of over the next 3 years of the Trump administration.
Yeah. Well, and in such an uncertainty environment and scenario, learning to protect our money by using advanced products such as derivatives may be a very good idea.
I mean, it is no question. If there was ever a moment to become to take more control of your money and to have a better understanding of what your options are with your money, this is that moment.
You said options. That's a good word. Thank you very much, Dylan.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
No,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
See you. And ci diamo appuntamento all'evento testi del 23 giugno, lunedì 23 giugno a Milano, al Fabric, dove per la prima volta il mondo testi trade arriverà in Italia, in particolare il suo fondatore, Tom Sosnoff, un personaggio straordinario che ha rivoluzionato l'industria del trading e dei derivati per i privati da ormai 25 anni a questa parte. Ce l'avremo qui per la prima volta con noi. Ciao a tutti!